Okay, so we're gonna pick one up from Real Ale. I've had this beer before. I don't recall if I've done a video on it. I should, and so I'm going to anyways regardless. Number one, because the packaging has changed. A lot of breweries are starting with bottles, and now that they've been, gaining momentum, they're doing cans. Cans last a little longer. They pretty much trap the beer, and then it's encased in black because there's no light can get through. So light is one thing that does impact beer over time. So letting it sit near light or direct sunlight will slowly break the proteins and break it down more, and the flavor alters. It may be a bad thing as far as tasting it, and sometimes it just kills the flavor. So that's just something all those beers in the corner stores, liquor stores and all that sit underneath the fluorescent lights are they're getting mutilated, honestly. But honestly, you want to have bright displays so you can see what you're getting into. Sorry, so there's on the floor. So just covering this one, it is a Belgian style Tripel. This means triple. So it's a very deep malty beer. Quad is after that, but that one's so intense it gets dark, so it looks like a porter or stout. So this is one step before. Let's see what we got using my Circle Brewery glass. All right, this one looks a little lighter. Usually when you get Tripels, you see in the bottles there's a lot of, it's almost like a wheat beer. So this one's looking a lot lighter and more enjoyable, but we will go through it. This is like the everyday beer, so you can get this year round on average. They're in Blanco. They also make spirits. I haven't seen any of the spirits, so I'm gonna keep an eye out, but they do make great beers, and it's usually a great price on how they do it. All their bombers are like $5 at most. You get some, I love them, there'll be a 22-ounce bomber, and it's like 15 bucks, and it's like, can I really afford that? But having those bombers, you don't have to buy a whole 6-pack. It's about almost 2 beers, so it's enough to see if you like it, and then you can either find another one or look for the 6-packs. But this one's a 6-pack. They have it everywhere. Definitely has a little citrustiness to it, but you can get the nice sugary malt concept from it. There's a little tang, little funk from the yeast. So you get the definite flavor of a triple, and then there's this malt sweetness in the back, and then the hops kind of balance it out. So beer is all technically very sugary because you're boiling the malts and you're getting all these grains and you're pulling all this sugar for them for the yeast. So there is some residue, and there's still plenty of carbs in there, obviously. So whatever the yeast doesn't get a hold of, you're pretty much consuming. So for a lot of more intense, heavier beers, they're actually kind of healthy for you in an aspect because they provide energy. You don't want to get drunk off of it, but if you had a couple, your body can digest the nutrients from it and actually use the starches because your brain runs off of sugar. So a casual beer is not a bad thing. It's when you go heavy and go deep and you start feeling a little buzz, because then now you're counteractive because you're trying to get rid of everything. So now everything you're burning or trying to obtain, you're not burning off to kick out the excess alcohol. So just little things you learn over time. So be careful. This one, I think since it's a triple, I think it's 8.1. 8.1, because all your triples have so much sugar. You just put enough yeast and the yeast will start attacking it and just produce a lot of alcohol. So that one's 8.1. This is year round. It's a very good price. It's a good starter. And then go try the imported triples, because then they really get, some of them get whoa. The most is it's not gonna be like barley wine. Barley wine is the sweetest one to me, and I cannot handle that. That is basically a dessert beer in my mind. Not because it is, because there's so much richness of the sugar. It's too much. That's something you sip on or have it with something or have some water on the side for me, because that was just too much. But this one, definitely balanced, definitely gorgeous. It's not too heavy on the body. There will be thicker ones, so I don't think this is just an example for all triples. This is the American style one. This is more casual drinking. This is more to have with your pork and your steaks and stuff like that, and enjoy a good night. So, as I said, new can. It was all just this color, but now it has this. It's called Devil's Backbone by Real Ale Brewing, and it's delicious. So I give this 2 thumbs up. I recommend this one. This is a good triple beer, Belgian style. Get introduced to it. A lot of the beers in America do lighten up a little more because you have more intense heat weather. But over there, they're usually darker, deeper, and heavier because they do have strong winters. So if you're in the northern side of America and you get strong winters, you're probably going to favor the more imported, deeper ones. But if you're in the summertime and you still want one, this would be a great in-between one, and year-round, honestly. So thank you for watching. Hopefully that little bit of information helped you understand why these beers exist, for that reason. They hold, all the heavier beers hold very well when they're stored, and they can just sit there and age. You can stagger them out to get you through the winter until spring hits, and then you go back to lighter beers. But today, don't matter, because it's delicious and I can have it. Thank you. Have a good day.